Hello friends, today we're going to go way back to an old standard called A Kiss to Build a Dream On, made famous of course by Louis Armstrong. This is a classical standard tune and played quite well with the acoustic guitar and vocals, I think you'll agree. Let's take a look at this. The first thing we're going to do is talk about an introduction, and an introduction similar to what was done on a lot of the old great Ink Spots tunes. And basically what we're doing here is we're going to play a C chord. Okay, so there's your 1. Then we're going to slip into a diminished, C sharp diminished. And then we're going to go to a D minor, which is the 2, and then to the G. And the G7, which is the bar, the 1 finger, playing the 3rd. Of course the 7th is here on the 4th string. And of course, if you want, you can add in that 3rd or 4th finger to get that 13th or 6th value. So here we go. We're going to play a C, diminished, D minor, G. And for those of you who are fans of the old Ink Spots, this is what they used in almost every one of their tunes at the beginning. So why not use it here, right? Okay, so there's your intro. Now we're going to go into the verse. So we're going to play a C chord to start us off, and then we're going to go to the G, again the bar with the G, and the G7, but we're going to add in the alt or the augmented 5th, okay? So that's going to be the 3rd finger slipping right under the 2. And to get the feel of that, you can go back and forth with that. Notice that I'm playing the bass with the 5th finger, the 5th string for the C, and then the 6th string for the G. And then with these fingers, I'm playing either 2 or 3 fingers depending on how I feel. Okay, and there's your little vamp into the verse. Also, probably you'll hear good old Toy Story here also, huh? You've got a friend in me. Okay, but enough of that. Let's get back to our song, Kiss to Build a Dream On. So we're going to go C, G, augmented, and then back to the C. And then we're going to go to the diminished, the C sharp diminished, like we did in the intro, the D minor or D minor 7 if you will, and then the G13, D minor 7, G13. Okay, basically these are all the chords from the introduction. And then again D minor to the G13. I like to play the 13 on this. And then a D minor again to the G, and then C, and then back to the intro to go to the 2nd verse. Okay, so let's put that together. So we're going to play, give me a kiss to build a dream on, and my imagination will thrive upon that kiss. Sweetheart, I ask no more than this, a kiss to build a dream on. Again, intro, and then into the 2nd verse. Give me a kiss before you leave me, and my imagination will feed the hungry heart. Leave me with one thing before we part, a kiss to build a dream on. Now we're going to go into the bridge. So now we're going to go from the verse into the chorus, and to get into the chorus, or the bridge if you will, we're playing a C chord, and we're going to walk up to the D and the F, E flat, F sharp, E, G. So we're walking up in 6ths, right? Da, 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 da. And now to the F minor, okay? Just a 1 bar, F minor. Remember, since we're playing on thumb and these 3, we're not playing these 2 fingers. We don't have to worry about doing these additional fingers in here for the full F minor, right? We can just go like that and get the same sound. So we're going to go F minor and then B flat 7, which you can do down here, or you can slide up here, which I like to do. So we're going to go F minor to B flat 7, okay? All we need is the one finger there with the bar, and then the fancies, E flat, okay? E flat major 7. Notice that the third from the B flat is already in place. We use that as our foundation, or as our pivot, if you will, to go right to the E flat. Okay, and then we're just going to come down to a C minor 7, F minor, again, B flat, and back to the E flats, major 7. So you see the repeat of chords there. F minor, B flat 7, E flat, C minor, F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat major 7. Now we're going to come down to the D minor 7 flat 5, otherwise known as the D half diminished, okay? And that's going to be from the E flat. We're just going to slide down one fret and condense these fingers down into a 2 and 2 situation. And there's your D minor flat 5. And then back to the G7, C minor, D7, which I like to play up here. You could do it down here. D7, just like the C7, right? But up on the 3 through 5. And then D minor 7, and then the G, and we can go back to that augmented G, which brings us right into the verse. So let's do the bridge, and let's walk into it from the C. So we're going to go C, da, 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 when I'm alone with my fancies, I will be with you. Now the half diminished, weaving romances, D7 making believe they're true. And now the G7, and now back into the verse. Oh, give me your lips for just a moment, and then we're back into it, okay? So that's the song. A couple of new chords we've learned here. The G augmented 5th, which of course, now that we know G augmented 5th, we also know A flat and A and B flat and B and C augmented, right? And whenever they come in handy, use them, because it is a very cool chord. So we got to C, we've got the augmented, we've got a little walk up in 6, like the old ragtime players used to do, and then we go into the F minor, and now we're just playing basic chords off the E series and the A series, right? E flat major 7, C minor 7, back to the E series for the F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat major 7, which is from the A series, right? And then we've got that half diminished, which is a very cool chord, back to the G7, C minor, and now the D7 to take us home, D minor and G7, and we're home. Okay, so once you get that all together, it should sound something like this, right? With the intro, bum, 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 bum. You could do the intro on the G augmented if you want, or you could do the old ink spots. One more time. Give me a kiss to build a dream on, and my imagination will thrive upon that kiss. Sweetheart, I ask no more than this, a kiss to build a dream on. Oh, give me a kiss before you leave me, and my imagination will feed the hungry heart. Leave me one thing before we part, a kiss to build a dream on. Into the bridge when I'm alone with my fancy, I will be with you, weaving sing romances, making believe they're true. And give me your lips for just a moment, and my imagination will make that moment live. Give me what you alone can give, a kiss to build a dream on. And that's the end. A beautiful song, a great classic tune, an old standard. Of course, Louis Armstrong comes to mind, the great one. Add this into your repertoire, and I think you'll get some real looks on this one. It's a great old tune. Again, friends, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you these little gems, and I will see you again next time. Enjoy that guitar playing. Thanks very much for listening.